Hi everybody, welcome to our home. In today's video, we are decluttering and resetting our basement toy room for Christmas. We wanted to get everything cleaned up and organized so that when all the Christmas presents come in, they will all have a place to go. You can see this is a very long, narrow room. One side is for toys and the other side is for the computer and crafts. The little girls had made quite a mess of this room over the past couple of weeks, and we just hadn't been keeping up on it, so we decided that we were going to put in a group effort and get everything cleaned up, put away, and organized before Christmas. You can see on the side there that Glenn wasn't really feeling well that day, so you'll see him kind of popping in and out of the video. He was kind of just keeping us company while we were working and came in at the end to help me rearrange furniture. We started by putting the pillowcases back on the pillows for those chairs that had just been washed. And then beyond that, we started with the obvious trash. Picked up all of the papers that had been left around after the girls had been working on crafts. Took care of all of that. We put away all of the little toys and things that had homes that had just been left out. And anything that didn't have a home, the girls either needed to decide to make a home for or get rid of. All right, next we moved on to the other end of the room that has the computer and crafts. You can also see that this end of the room has our laundry area. It always makes it naturally messier on this end, just with all of the laundry that gets dumped on the floor and the laundry rack. So Emery was working on cleaning up that, while I was working on cleaning up the papers that have been piling up on the desk. We started our donate pile from things that had just been shoved on the corner. The area that you see here actually is our natural dumping ground for whatever reason, for things that don't have a home, that nobody wants, that sort of thing. You can see Ellie is cleaning up the laundry, putting all that in the basket, making that look nicer just by containing it. Once we finished cleaning up that side of the room, Ellie went and got a big box that we could start putting our donations into. Keep watching the video to see how much the girls actually decided to get rid of on their own and see how full that box got. Next, we went back to the toy side of the room, and Emery laid out all of the dolls and the animals that had been in that blue bucket. It had been overflowing, and we like everything to be fitting into bins nicely, the containers it's supposed to be in. So the three girls made the decision together on what to keep and what to get rid of. Okay. Yay! Where's the rock pile? It was so funny going through all of the bins and boxes and underneath furniture. We found so many rocks. Delaney is our little rock picker and hoarder, and we had dozens and dozens of rocks that we found all over the room that had to be taken out back outside when we were done cleaning. I want to take a moment and welcome anyone that is new to our channel. Thank you for stopping by. I am Suzanne. I am married to Glenn, and we have 6 kids ages 5 through 19. We live in a small Cape Cod. We have about 1,400 square feet total, just a little less than, not including the basement room that you see here. So we have to be very diligent maintaining our inventory in our home, making sure that everyone keeps clean, maintains their things, and doesn't keep anything that might just be taking up extra space for no reason. Since we don't have a very large house, we also don't have a lot of room for toys. So we do like to keep the toys that we have in our house very open-ended toys, meaning that they can be played with in many different ways. You can see Emery cleaning up the calico critter things. We have a bin with some more on the other side of the room. There's Legos there that she had just been cleaning up, the Lego bins that the girls each have. We also have Magnetiles in the bin behind Delaney, and the horse bin. They all love horses, so we have play horses that they have that we started to declutter because the bin had just been too full and it wasn't fitting well on the shelf anymore. They also have a lot of dolls between the basement and their bedrooms, toys to go with those dolls, high chair, stroller, that sort of thing. And then there's also a play kitchen with food that they have. We have plenty of puzzles and books for them to choose from. They also have very big bookshelves in each of their bedrooms. So to give you an idea of how we declutter toys, I have everyone sit down together since they all share this bucket of toys. We dumped it out on the floor, spread everything out, and then everyone starts by picking their favorites. That is Delaney's favorite horse that she just held up. She wanted to make that very well known. So we go through, just decide what doesn't get played with, what's broken, what gets ignored every time, and that makes things easier. We keep all of the favorites and see how much room is left at the end for the things that we're just not sure of. The girls can decide at the end what they decide is important to them after their favorites are in. You can see by the pile underneath the TV there, they actually did get rid of quite a bit. There's a trailer that went with a truck, and she didn't play with the trailer anymore. That was Delaney's. But she wanted to keep the truck, and it's okay to get rid of parts of a toy. You don't have to keep the whole thing. And here is the box full of toys that they decided to get rid of. The only thing that was mine were the lamps and the frame. And you can see we also had a very large bag of garbage. Next, I just took a quick pass with the vacuum cleaner, vacuumed the whole room. We wiped the furniture down, got everything cleaned up before rearranging everything. We wanted to make the room just a little bit more functional. We thought that the computer would work in the middle of the room like that, but it just didn't. It just cut everything off, made it harder for the girls to have room to play because it is such a narrow space. We started by moving the chairs out of the way so that we could move the kitchen to the far end so that all of their toys would be grouped together on one side of the room. Then after the kitchen was out of the way, we moved the cube shelves to where the kitchen had been so that we could make room for the desk along that wall to move it out of the middle of the floor. And once the desk was moved over along the wall, then it was time to put the chairs where we wanted them. Once a couple of the bigger kids were home and came down to see what they could help with, you could really get a sense of how small that room actually is. Once the chairs were in place, it was just a few things left to take care of, and you can see how clean it looks at the end. This is where we started with the mess and all of the furniture where it used to be. And here's what about an hour's worth of work got us. Overall, this project took less than an hour. Picking up and cleaning everything with the girls, with everyone working together, took approximately 20 minutes. The decluttering with everyone took less than 20 minutes, and with all of the rearranging and the decisions that had to be made on where everything was going was probably about another 20 minutes. So I would say that this was a pretty big change for about an hour's worth of work. We want to thank you for stopping by our home today, taking the time to watch our video. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe, and we will see you in the new year.